Hello. Hello there, folks. Nice to see you again. Oh, Mad Dog's back. So, anyway. So, today we're going to do some Warhammer today. Carry on with that Necron thing. So, we'll probably go for about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. Depends. We'll see. So, we'll go straight into the chat, shall we? Yes. So, we've got David Markey in. Hello there, David. How are you? It's nice to see you. And he says, afternoon, Lindsay. He also says, afternoon, folks. And we've got that Mr. Meow in, that old Panzer cat, that instigator. And he says, meow. Meow there, Panzer. Hope you're good. He also says, afternoon, Lindsay. And he also says, afternoon, David. We've got that Mr. Dorkosaurus in, Mr. Coffee and Punts. Hope he's good. Hello there, Dorka. Nice to see you, buddy. David Markey says, hello, Panzer. And we've got that Mr. Sprue and Glue in. And he says, hi, Lindsay, chats and peeps. Hello there, Mr. Sprue. How you doing? It's nice for you to come in as well. Dorcas says, Panzer David. Hello. Dorcas says, hi, Sprue. Sprue and Glue's got them big pink waving hands. Dorcas says, hi, Lindsay. Sprue and Glue says, face turquoise, drinking coffee. Dorka. Ooh, turquoise face. Ooh. Sprue and Glue says, hi, Roxy. Yeah, she's sulking in the background at the moment. Yeah. She left me a nice surprise this morning. Yes, it was not fun. So, where did I get to? Dorkosaurus says, having my second cup, Sprue. David Markey says, hello, William. And we've got Tammy and Ray in from way out across the pond. And she says, hello, Lindsay, and all in chat. Hello there, Tammy. Nice to see you too. Athel's in from the wee Bonnie, Scotland. And he says, afternoon, folks. Someone say Warhammer. He loves that sound, Warhammer. Welcome in, Athel. Nice to see you. David Markey says, hello, David. Dorkosaurus says, good morning, Tammy and Ray. No, that's Dorkosaurus says that. Sorry about that. Dorcas says, good morning, Tammy and Ray. First mistake of the day. David Markey says, hello, Tammy and Ray. Sprue and Glue says, hi, Tammy and Ray. Mum and Son says, I had surprises in too. Laugh out loud. It's not very nice when you step in it. It's like, yeah. Mum and Son says, hi, Dorka. She also says, hi, David. Dorkosaurus says, hi, Athel. Sprue and Glue says, Tammy, did you sort out the heating thingy? Mum and Son says, hi, Sprue. Mum and Son says, nope, not yet, Sprue. Panzer Cat says, hi, Dorka. Right, okay. Mum and Son says, hi, Athel. Panzer Cat says, hi, Sprue. Okay, so we'll go down to the bench, shall we? Okay, so when I last left off, I think I was doing the spiders, I think it was, yes. We was doing these. So we've got 1, 2, 3 in the bag. So today we're going to have a look, see if we need to assemble any more. If not, we shall start doing a little bit of painting, bit of priming, I think, with a base coat. Panzer Cat says hi, Tammy and Ray. Mum and says hi, Panzer. Apple says hi, David, Dorka, Tammy, and Poops. Panzer Cat and Sprue. Panzer Cat says hi, Apple. So yeah. Let's have a look. Not very organised that morning, but that's me all over, isn't it? So, put those over there. Move those. parts. And Sprue and Blue says, Lindsay, printer parts have arrived. Oh, cool. So you'll be fiddling with that this afternoon then. Well, I hope you get it sorted, Sprue, because, yeah, that really shouldn't have done that. Okay, so I'm going to find out which bag is which here. I think I assembled most parts that I could, actually. So, yeah, we will start doing a bit of base coating today. So, yes, we'll do a bit of base coating. So it doesn't matter which one we start with. So we'll put that to one side. Sprue and Glue says, not today. Really? Apple says 4 degrees C, but feels like minus 4 degrees C, partly cloudy and sunny. It's quite cold here too, Apple. That wind's really biting at the moment. So, okay. So we'll get a brush. Brush. And we'll use that one, I think. Sprue and Glue says Apple 7C here, but sunny. Yeah, we've got the sun, but it is quite windy and the wind is biting a bit. Yeah, it does. It makes it feel like 2C, Sprue. Yeah. So I am on StreamYard. So I am willing to let people in if they want to come and join me. So, yes. It's entirely up to you guys. If you want to come in, just let me know in the chat and I will put the link in. So, you have to excuse me if my voice is a bit hoarse today. I'm expecting Panzer to come out somewhere for that. Panzer Cat says, big lad, it's windy and not something else. No, let's not pick on Mark today. Oh, you've got it coming, mate, believe me. Panzer Cat says, hi, Mark's mods. I would imagine he'll be in later. He was lurking that day. On that Friday, he was lurking, he was listening. How do I know? Because he told me. Sprue and Glue says, nah, Lindsay, you sound sheepish. Well, I suppose it's better than the horsey jokes, isn't it? You know. Not too sure what Miss Bouquet is doing today. So if she pops in the chat, we'll ask her if she wants to come in. No, Mark's not in at the moment, but I would imagine he will pop by. Mondays, he normally does his shopping, I think, on Monday. I remember. So, has everybody had a good weekend? I hope you have. Mine was not fun. I'm not going to go into that. So, it was definitely not fun. Panzer says, Lindsay, there is no chance of a horsey jokes. Only you, Panzer. Only you, mate. Apple says, Sprue, try looking at the Buckingham Palace throne room. They'll be keeping him busy on Wednesday anyway. There's a massive gallery. So what did people do over the weekend? Anybody do anything nice? Yeah, Panzer's hoofing it. He's definitely hoofing. I got 9 in anyway. It's good to see. Panzer says, not a lot. Watched some YouTube, played some PlayStation, and nibbles on some biscuits. Ooh, biscuits, eh? Nice biscuits. What type of biscuits were they then, Panzer? Dawkins says, didn't do anything fun this weekend. Getting ready for Thanksgiving on Thursday. Oh, yeah, of course, you got that coming up, haven't you, Thanksgiving? Apple says, took part in the Aussie Scale Modelling Channel on Sunday. Showed them some orc photos, then was on Michelle's, then fell asleep. Ooh. Panzer Cat says, Aldi salty caramel cream crunch biscuits, very tasty. Very, very, very tasty. Spoon and Glue says Panzer was nibbling on his kibble. Yeah, the mind boggles. It was a tartan kibble. And you guys don't fall asleep watching me paint. Panzer Cat says my kibble was nowhere near my mouth. Spoon and Glue is laughing his head off. So we're doing a little bit of belly and bench, are we? Okay, so in my belly, I've had ham on toast, 3 mince pies, and a cup of tea this morning. So what has the chat had? So what's your 3 Bs, guys? Sprue and Glue says, I finished a thing over the weekend. You did. Dorcas says, I did get some new things put on my Fleabay. Right, Fleabay, yeah. Yes, Sprue's been very busy. He's actually completed a project. It looks very, very nice too. Come on, damn you. I have to put a pokey stick in it. There we go, that's better. Sprue and Glue says, belly empty, beverage, coffee, bench, Outlander, TIE Fighter. Ooh, nice. Panzer Cat says, belly about to be bacon and cheese, sarnie and a mug of coffee, bench still upstairs alone and sad. Poor bench. Your model room will throw a party when you go back up there, Panzer. Be like a royal welcome, wouldn't it? Sprue and Glue says, Panzer, as long as you are on the mend, bud. Yeah, that's the main thing. Yep. As long as he's on the mend. Dorcasaurus says, breakfast will be banana oatmeal, then I need to go shopping. Hopefully I'll get to do some modelling later. Cool. What is going on with stuff today? Here, we'll get these all in a base coat and then we'll assemble some other bits. Probably won't get it all done in this stream though. Panzer says, I am planning to get up to the bench for an hour a day from Wednesday. First task is to arrange the long-awaited tidy up and lay down the new cutting mat. Ceremony. Apple says, breakfast was porridge, mashed bananas, meds and coffee. Ooh, bananas. Banananas. So don't forget, guys, people do have the option to come in with me today, and we'll open the stream up if they want to come in. I don't mind. Depends who's brave enough to come in with the mad dog. Okay, Panther says, I've also got to find a place for the new paints to arrive. Ooh, new paints. Nice. So to go with about the other 5,000 bottles you got. I need to go through all my paints because a lot of mine have dried up. They're all Vallejo bottles. Need to chuck them out and replace them. Gone back down to 9, so people are whizzing by, popping in and having a look and flying off. So has anybody got any Christmas decorations up yet? I've seen loads up in people's front gardens and houses and that around here. I think they're a little bit mad for it. Panzer Cat says, well, some of the old stuff needed to be replaced. Yes. Dorcas says, I've ordered 1 gallon of 2K clear, a true fire stencil set, a disposable paint cup system for my automotive size paint guns. Ooh, nice. Apple says, I noticed there is a new kill team with Wolf Scouts and Tau, but £84 seems a bit excessive for 6 Scouts and a Wolf. Is that all you get? 6 Scouts? Wow, Apple. 84 smackers. Yeah, I quite agree with you there, Apple. Panzer Cat says, my village has most of its decorations up. I'm not bothering. Apple says, Lindsay, Christmas starts on the 20th of December and finishes on Boxing Day. Darkosaurus says, we don't decorate for Christmas anymore. Apple says, no, you get 6 towel as well as in the box. But as I'm not into towel, we'll not be buying them. No, I'm not into towel either, really. I did buy a set, but I wasn't too keen on them. I think I built 3 of them, and that was it. I didn't particularly like them. Not my thing. Definitely not my thing. This is going to be a long old project, this thing. It probably could take a year. Once a week. We'll get into about 24 streams and you'll think, when's this going to end? Spoon Glue says, I love Tower Empire. Panzer Cat says, I love chocolate biscuits. I think I'd rather have the chocolate biscuits than Tower, to be honest. Spoon Glue says they were the first Warhammer I purchased. Ooh, you purchased the first ones. This will need at least a couple of coats. In my opinion, Apple says, okay, Sprue, you buy this new kill team, keep the towel, and I'll have the War Scouts. You can only but try, Apple. Only but try, mate. Sounds like a good idea, though, doesn't it? Apple says, what gets me instead of just scouts? One of them is a rune priest, which does not compute as priests never were associated with scouts. Oh, cool. I see. Apple says scouts are infiltrators to size up the enemy forces. I'll see. It just shows, doesn't it? I mean, even after a year of doing Warhammer, and I'm still learning. Really am. I shall be going back to Warhammer World again next year. Definitely won't be spending as much money as I did last time I went anyway. That's for sure. Apple says Games Workshop trying to make an extra buck at the expense of the buyers. They always do that, Apple. Always, mate. Panzercat says, I had my fill of Warhammer back when I ran the model shop. Apple says, Sprue, look for Dead Silence Kill Team available as of 21st of November. Panzer says, Lindsay, don't save your money for bacon. That's a monthly supply, mate. It's bacon. I'm glad you mentioned bacon, actually, because I need to get some more out of the freezer. I'm glad you mentioned that. Should have took it out this morning. Vernon says, I bet you won't, Lindsay. Well, you know, if I can find something unique, then I'll buy it. You know what, like. I think the Forge World stuff is way out of my pocket at the moment, to be honest. I would have liked, but, you know. And I would never get an affiliation with Warhammer because it's just too many at it. A lot of people better than 10 or 100 times better than me at doing them. I sometimes look at some online and I watch quite a few videos and stuff, and I'm thinking, God, how did they get that like that? I mean, I tried to do one of them Space Wolves banners, and oh, my eyes just couldn't take it, so I gave up with it. Apple says, thanks, Panzer. I am down to 2 packs of unsmoked bacon. Panzer says, I'm thinking of putting another 2 rashers under the grill. Why not? 2 for me, mate. Sprue and Glue says, make it 3, Panzer. Apple says, bung in the whole pack, Panzer, and have some cooked off for Sarnies later. Yeah, don't forget, chuck a few sausages in there and all. Sprue and Glue says, Apple, the extra will make it to laters. Yeah, you cook some sausages, cut the sausages in half, stick them in the butty with the bacon. Nothing like cold sausage, sarnie and bacon for later. Nothing better. That's what I say anyway. I like those bacon and stuffing sandwiches that you can buy. I like that. Nice brown bread. They're nice. Can't beat them. Panzer says you can put another 8 rashers of bacon on a sarnie. Apple says, I was the same, Lindsay. So converted on an old banner wolf to become the new Primaris Legion wolf. Oh, you converted an old banner one. Cool. Apple says, of course you can, Panzer, multi-leveled with sauce or mayo. Even with the optimizer on, I still couldn't see it properly. There will come a time when I'll have to give up Warhammer because it's seeing it. Unless I can catch a few rabbits and take their eyes. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I give up building 172 scale. It was just too damn small for me to see. Maybe I should opt for, they call it laser eye surgery. It's about $2,000 an eye, isn't it? Something like that. Does it actually work, guys? Do you know anybody that's had it done, or you had it done yourself? Panzercat says, I have some puff pastry in the fridge. I could make bacon and cheese melt, but then I would only scoff the lot. Why not? That's what it's there for. That's what it's there for. There to scoff. Nice yum yums. Yeah, exactly, Panzer. That is a lot of Warhammer. But the trouble is, if you can't see to build it, you might as well, mate. Definitely. Okay. Right, I'll try, Sprue. I'll try and show it. It's been a long time since I've done this. Apple says for 5,000 per eye laser surgery is the way to go, Lindsay. £5,000. You're off your trolley, Apple. £5,000. God, £5,000, man. Okay, so I've got to find out how to do this. Right, just bear with me, guys. Not sure whether I'm doing this right. Okay. Share screen. Wait a minute. Okay. Hang on, I've done this wrong. Oh, wow. Wait a minute. Definitely done this wrong. I think I have to minimize myself. Right, can you guys see that? Not sure whether you can see it, but that is Sprue and Glue's build. So I hope you can see it. Right, I've got to try and get myself back now. There we go. Yeah, that was Sprue and Glue's build. He's made a good job of that, didn't he? Okay. Right, Apple says that is what surgeons are charging up in Scotland. Panzercat says, mind you, 5 is not a lot. When I bought my first Bengal kitten, He was just shy of £1,000 per leg. Oh, wow, £1,000 per leg. Apple says, I am undergoing NH surgery on both eyes at the same time. Be blind for a week or so and put drops 4 times per day for 3 months. Oh, wow. Well, I hope it goes okay, mate. Panzer Cat says 5K. That should read. Panzer Cat says, yes, we can see it. Apple says, yeah, it's a geezer on a scooter. David Markey says, superb work, David. Spur and Glue says, you're back. Spur and Glue says, ta, David. Yeah, he made a good job of that, hasn't it? Turned out really nice. We need to get it in the PPM so we can show it on Wednesday as well. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've shared a picture, so I was a little bit rusty. Okie dokie. It's going to be another hard one to paint. I'm in no rush, so I've got 11 in. So welcome in, peoples, even those in the backgrounds. It's nice to, ooh, don't you dare ping. Yeah, later on tonight, I shall do a bit more to my Lost in Space robot later. Before the light gets too bad. So I need to do quite a bit more pinstriping on it yet. Got the chest to do, the back to do, and the legs. And hopefully on PPM on Wednesday, I shall carry on with the British 155mm. No more chat. Come on, guys. Yabba yabba. Yabba yabba doo. Keep the chat going, keeps the algorithm going. I was on a flick through YouTube yesterday, and I was looking for a channel that I started watching when I first came on YouTube, just watching like. And I was looking for this Commander Wolfman that I used to watch. He used to build ships. And yeah, he's couldn't find him anywhere. It's gone. Even his channel's gone. Panzer Cat says, I can't chat, I'm eating biscuit. You're not multitasking then. Spoon Glue says, 11 watching, but only 6 thumbs. Come on, guys. You're slacking. All I'm bothered about really, as long as you're enjoying the stream, that's the main thing. That's the most important thing, that you're enjoying it. Yeah, I was quite shocked because I hadn't watched his channel for quite a while, a long time. And, I wanted to see if he'd made any new videos. And I couldn't even find him. Gone. Not even on YouTube anymore. His channel's gone. And a lot of that happens though, doesn't it? You know, YouTubers for a couple of years and then all of a sudden they just disappear. I mean, there's one that I picked up on last time his stream was 5 years. Last time he did a video was 5 years ago. But I suppose people have, you know, life to deal with. Apple says, well, Panzer has an excuse. He's eating biggies. Panzer Cat says, Iron Man, I have drummed it into me that men can't multitask. Ooh. David Markey says, sorry, Lindsay, tried to clean the airbrush. No worries, buddy. Panzer Cat says it could be he renamed his channel. It's a possibility. You can't mistake him. Apple says, who said that? Who said that, Panzer? Was it the wife? The wife, perchance? Was it the wife? Men can multitask as much as women. Yeah, it's just turned up. Cup of jar time. Cup of jar. Panzer Cat says, I was also brought up not to speak with a mouthful. The crumbs will only get on the screen. David Markey says, yes, do our tasks and ignore the wife. That's multitasking, yeah. Just give me a minute, guys. So I'm back again now. I don't know whether I read that bit. Apple says it's a known fact after birth, children all learn to multitask. Otherwise, what they see is what they reach for. And stuff in the mouths. I know exactly where you're going with that, Apple. I know exactly what you're going. And there's another saying as well, but I ain't going to say it. Panzer Cat says it's a lesser known fact that cats can take the urine. Yeah. Oh, we're getting there slowly, guys. Slowly. Slowly but surely. Slowly. Should never hurry a muddy. Apple says I was being polite, Lindsay, as it's too early in the day to be exactly, mate. Yeah. Yeah, I could have followed up on that, but yeah, I'll behave. But I have to keep you in order, Panzer. So I have to keep you in order, mate. It's a well-known fact, Panzer, that we have to hold the reins with you. It's the first coat on that one. First on that one. See that bit. Spoon Glue says, Lord Pottymouth always forgets first. Just laughing his head off to Sprue. Dorcas says, well, it's time for me to go. Got to get ready. Wants to do today. Hope you all have a wonderful afternoon. You take care, Dorcas. Thank you for coming in, mate. Thank you. And you have a great day, mate. Apple says, second that, Sprue, always. Panther Cat says, take care, Dorcas. Apple says, see you around, Dorcas. But yeah, the thing is, Panther and Apple and Sprue, you know, are not as easily led as you think. Okay, I can come out, slip of the tongue every now and again, but yeah, I'm normally so cautious on what I say, normally. I have to be because, yeah, you know, otherwise it would get out of control. I have to have restraining bolts. Panzer Cat says we can't lead Lindsay to the potty mouth. He goes there all by himself. No, that's Mark's Mods. He goes to the potty mouth. Spoon Glue says Panzer, don't believe him. He can be led down the Warhammer shop. And here he comes, Mr. Mark's Mods. How you doing, buddy? Nice to see you. And he says, good afternoon, everybody. Sorry I'm late. I've been listening in the background, but was on the phone to the vets, booking Panzer in to be castrated. Spoon Glue says, hi, Mark, you're late again. Panzer's newting time. It'd be easy with a couple of bricks, Mark. It'd be cheaper. Won't cost you anything. Panzer Cat says, hi, Mark. Mark's Mod says, hi, Sprue and Panzer. David Markey says, hello, Mark. Okay, so that's that bit done. So it took me an hour to do this bit so far. Only an hour. Oh. You're for it now, Panzer. Okay, Apple says, so Mark is off the throne. Ducks have been fed and it's back to normal. Mark's Mod says, hello, David. Mark's Mod also says, I wouldn't wish IBS on anybody apart from Panzer. Wow. The Panzer says, I was absolutely no plans to pick on us Flick Day today. Tomorrow probably, but not today. Spur and Glue says, Mark, have the ducks had their little peckers out? So we're all wishing well, Mr. Ron Hetman, as he is a bit of a state. He fell over and done his back in. But it's like I said, he saw a big busted woman walk past his window and he shot out that chair and fell over his stool. Apple says, oh, look, here we go, look, all trying to shy away now. Apple says, wasn't me that instigated anything, Mark. Mark Smell says, yes, you did, Apple, I saw everything. Spencer says, Mark, I've had my share of dodgy curries. All you can do is laugh and pebble dance. Well, I don't know what you like. Spur and Glue says, Mark, I've heard the Borg want to assimilate you. Just going to mute my mic a minute. Okay, David Markey says, yes, Ron was on Rob the Builder last night. Hope he gets well soon, yeah. Apple says, poor Ron, back on the Zimmer frame, all because he saw a sausage roll delivery van stop at his place. Well, some crackers here today. I think you get the gold stuff for that apple. That's a good one. Hunter Cat says, remind me to tell you the old guy in a pub joke when I return. Is that when you return off your Zimmer frame? So we've still got 9 watching. Okay, so that's the first coat on these ones. What kind of time we got left? We haven't got much time left, to be honest. I don't know whether it's worth getting another bag out, to be honest. You can always second coat some of these, because they're near enough dry anyway. The last coat or base coat on. And these will be ready to put main coats on. on the next stream. What I'll do, I should do one figure at a time. So I'm only going to stream for an hour and a half, guys, because of my voice. Otherwise, Mark will have to do the intro on Wednesday, as well as do the gallery. You've got a massive gallery, Mark, I'm telling you now. There is a lot in there. Panzer Cat says, go on, get another bag out, Lindsay. We have plenty more Mark tricks. I'll take it to the hour and a half. And then that's it. That's what I normally do. Mark Smart says, Panzer, carry on, and I will time you out, laugh out loud. Apple says, oh, is Mark throwing a wobbler chasing Panzer with the lube brush? You guys are cruel. I like that one, Panzer. You get the silver star.
Do I need anything?
Panzer Cat says, the longer you go on, Lindsay, the more chance Mark has of grinding them bricks into dust before he gets near my kibbles. Wow. Nice. I like that. That's a good one. We've just got time just to do this tail. I don't really want to run over the hour and a half time because of being on StreamYard, so I've worked it out, so I've just got enough for for the rest of the streams I need to use it upon. Apple says Scotland is faring well today. Both gold and silver stars were marked seeds in anger. The cat says, hi Ron, if you're watching, he'll be down at the doctor's, mate, I think. So he said to me this morning. He's going to have his eyeballs put back in. Okay, so Apple says, yes, sorry to hear about your back pain, Ron. Thompson says, I didn't pick on you, but next time you're rushing to the window, wipe up the sausage roll grease first. Spoon Glue says, I bet Mark has renewed his shares in Soothing Cream. Laughing his head off. Soothing Cream, eh? I'm glad I don't suffer from that kind of thing, not IBS. Wow. So, as you can see, oh, wait a minute, I missed a bit. Come on, do the job properly, man. Definitely missed a bit here. Bit of mold release there. So it's gone now. Yeah, nearly put that in my tea. Mark Smart says, no sprue, I spread Marmite on it. Sprue Glue's got a green face. Oh, that dog is minging. It's just done one. Minging dog. Okay, so as you can see, we've got the first two coats of the base coat on them ones. And on these other bits here, and on the tail, I've just got 2 or 3 more little bits there to put the second coat or base coat on. I can do them off screen. And then when that's dry, I can bag that one up. Then start on another one. There's three figures actually. And I've got some to do on here as well, which are these smaller bits. So, and just fiddly bits to do. So, they're the bits I can't attach straight away. So, otherwise it'd be difficult to paint them. Panzer Cat says, spread or sprayed Marmite? Sprilling says, don't you mean you spread it in the porcelain? Panzercat says, I don't think spreading was involved. Well, you're bad boys. Bad boys. Mark's Mod says, you would know Panzer and Sprue. Definitely. Okay, so I'm going to go cameras up. Find the right webcam. Here we go. Yeah. What can I say? Been interesting, isn't it? Quite a brown affair today, isn't it? So anyway, yeah. So I hope you enjoyed the stream. Nice little bit of banter there. Didn't get out of control. So yeah, nice one, guys. So if you've enjoyed the stream, stick your thumbs up, guys. Be much appreciated. And yeah, including those in the background. If you've got some kind of advice, give it the old thumbs up, guys. Panzercat says, poor Mark, I said I wasn't going to pick on him today. No, you just couldn't resist it, could you? Apple says, oh, it's that time already. I was just getting into the juice of remarks lined up for Mark. Mark's Mod says, Panzer, I'm going to be picking on you for the rest of 2025. We'll have to see how this turns out. It'll be like a saga, won't it? You can just see it. New headlines. Yeah, on TV. A nice saga. It'll be Coronation Street and Crossroads anyway. So anyways, like I said, guys, if you've enjoyed the stream, put your thumbs up. I hope you have enjoyed it. It's been a bit of banter. We got a little bit of work done. Panzercat says, oh. So yeah, I'm not sure whether Ross is on tonight. I've got no idea whatsoever. Tomorrow you've got JC Brits and Builds as usual, 1 o'clock I think it is. And Wednesday, I think it might be Scott in the morning, somewhere around there. Then there'll be the Wednesday PPM plus gallery. So yeah, get those pictures in, guys. Keep it going. And then Thursday, I'm not sure about Carl Thursday. So I haven't looked around to see what's advertised at the moment. Sprue and Glue says, Mark, just flick nuts at him. Yeah, nut dust. So anyway, I'm going to go, guys. You'll see me whenever, if not officially on Wednesday, PPM. So we'll say goodbye. See you all soon. Bye-bye for now. You're welcome, David Markey.